Hey there. If you're thinking about getting out there on the road with the big rigs and driving a rig, an RV, or even a bus, then have we got great news for you.
Southwest Truck Driver Training can get you trained and rolling in as little as 4 weeks. They offer lifetime job placement support. They have special military programs, a financial aid program, including grant applications, and so much more to offer you.
Plus, they're family-owned business right here in the Southwest. They have world-class training for Class A and B CDLs, hazmat endorsement training, RV training, and, of course, a refresher course if you need one. And did we mention they have 3 locations, which are Phoenix, Tucson, and North Las Vegas?
So we don't know why you're sitting there channel surfing on a TV when you could be learning to drive and roll down the road to earning a great living today.
Go to their website, swtdt.com, to learn more about Southwest Truck Driver Training to shift your career into high gear.
Tell them you heard about them on the 18 Wheel Talk podcast show. We love them. You will too.
Break 19 for radio check.
18 Wheel
Welcome to the 18 Wheel Talk podcast show.
We're a podcast for truckers, about truckers, by truckers.
Coaching generations of drivers while guiding them on their path to success.
Fueling them with knowledge and passion for trucking.
Navigating the industry 1 mile at a time.
Spark the revolution.
Well, that works.
Yeah. And then I kind of
okay.
backtrack a little in that second paragraph there to explain that.
That's okay.
I like to backtrack a little and explain myself.
We got to.
Explain it to me.
Okay. Welcome to the 18 Wheel Talk podcast show.
Did you start?
I did.
I
told you I was pushing the button.
But you...
Oh, in action.
Oh, action. Welcome.
My bad.
Okay. And start.
All right, let's rewind. Welcome to the 18 Wheel Talk podcast show.
Welcome. Thank you.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Yet.
This is true. The
I've
green.
Yet to see somebody imitate what we do.
Well, they try.
Well, they try, but
never successful. The green, the blue.
Unless you
the
and me
bigger.
are on the show, it's never going to be successful.
You're just not going to let me say it, are you?
Sorry.
The green, the blue, the big rig in the background. The big rig. If you're looking at the green, the blue, the big rig, the 18 Wheel Talk podcast show.
Sound like a ship horn.
I can't imitate it. I could go get one.
No.
Air horn, but
no, it's okay.
the neighbors would be complaining for a mile, but that's okay.
It's okay. Oh, those goddamn... Those truckers next door, I swear.
Hey, when he quits
Anyways.
playing the drums and the bass,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he has every right.
Anywho, welcome to our show. And if this is your first time joining us, welcome in. Welcome to the family. Be sure to sign up to our fan club. Go to the number 1, the number 8, wheeltalk.com. And just down right there on the homepage there, it says join the fan club. Click that button, a little information to put in, and you're in like Flynn.
Who was Flynn, by the way?
The hustler dude. The guy that the guy that created Hustler magazine.
Oh, okay.
That's where the saying came from.
I didn't
You're
know
in
that.
like Flynn.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
Stupid Knowledge. Remember the Stupid Knowledge episode that we did?
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's where the in like Flynn came from.
My bad.
It was so popular. We had to do part 1 and
part two.
We had so much shit to talk about.
This is true.
Anyways,
So,
Janet and I have been into the trucking industry for at least a combined 40-plus years.
oh, you told me it was 400 years.
No, 4D.
Oh, 40.
40.
It's that New York accent of yours?
Yeah, I bet.
I thought you said 400.
No. We've been together combined. We got 40-plus years in the industry, and we're just sharing our knowledge with you over the airwaves.
We share because we care.
Yes, we do.
Whoop, whoop. Hope you learned something. Hope you were entertaining.
Oh,
you.
I know. There's a guy I work with.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he listens to a new episode, he hits me with like a barrage of 20 questions. I'm going to have to start charging him. By the question.
Yeah, I was going to say. How much we charge him per question? I want to know.
I figured with the way he barrages, I could probably get $20 a question.
Ooh.
I know, right?
I'm liking this. Yeah.
I was like, dude,
like
you
that-
got to warn me when you're going to, like, barrage me with questions.
There's that one movie where that chick goes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
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 So what are we talking about today, Miss Janet?
To CB or not to CB? That is the question.
I didn't know we were doing Shakespeare, but okay.
No, not to be. To CB.
To CB or not to CB?
That is the question.
That is the question.
Yeah. So, we're talking about.
Did you talk at a CB when you drove?
Yeah.
So did I. All
Because
the time.
when we were driving, CBs, you had a CB. That's how you
CBs
communicated.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you didn't have a CB, you didn't know what the hell was. Because cell phones were not as popular back then
This is true.
as they are now.
Yeah.
So that's why
There was a lot of people that
episode.
didn't have cell phones.
Or
Yeah.
couldn't afford them.
Yeah, well, because they couldn't afford them.
Right.
Or the ones they had were limited plans, limited minutes.
Limited wherever you're going.
I'm not going to waste my
You're
time,
out,
my money.
You're out of the state that your provider's in, so therefore you're in Rome.
Yeah, or it was a company cell phone.
Yeah.
I liked those little yellow and black with the walkie-talkie function.
Nextel phones.
Yeah, those were pretty cool. I had
Yeah,
one of
those were.
those for a while.
Yeah.
But,
the company I worked for started out with those,
Yeah.
and then they decided to get rid of it. And
God, is Nextel still in business even?
I don't think so. I think Sprint bought
Oh,
them out,
yeah,
and Sprint got bought out by T-Mobile.
I think so.
So-
Everybody is buying someone out.
Anyways, shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Anyway, so
Anyways.
to CB or not to CB?
That is the question.
That is the question. So
So do you CB or not CB?
let us know.
Currently not CB.
But we own at least one.
I own it. I know I have at least 3.
And I have at least one. That's why I said I know we still own CBs.
I have a Washington base.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the President series, I got a Washington base, and I have 2 Cobras.
And I have a Cobra 40 channel.
I got
And I know where the whips are.
Yep. I have one of my Cobras is a Cobra 29. It's an old model.
Mm-hmm.
It only goes. It doesn't even go up to 40 channels.
I think we have 2 of those because I had a 23 channel also.
And then I got a newer model. I got a Cobra LTD, Cobra 29 LTD. I had upper and lower sidebands.
Yep.
So
Yeah, now my Cobra 40 channel my dad gave me.
well, my old Cobra
Mm-hmm.
23 channel, I took it to a radio place to have
Okay.
it looked at. I was just, hey, let's tweak it and peek it, as they would say in the lingo.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy opened it up and he says, "Dude, you're fine." He says, "You just need to put a nice whip on and you're good. You're
I
golden."
liked that one. It was on the going down to New York City
Mhm.
from Albany
Mhm.
off of I-80 or 84.
Yeah, Middletown.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a big truck stop down there that had a
but before
radio
you
shop.
before the TA, you
Yeah.
went west and then you went north towards the TA, and the guy was on the left-hand side before the TA.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, there's a TA.
I know
there's a
exactly where
TA
he's at. I could
near
drive you
where
to
it
it.
is. Yep.
It's like I could drive you to
Yeah, I
it. but
believe
can't-
that's. I think it's Middletown.
Ah,
Middletown, New York.
I could
8417-ish. Somewhere in that neck of the woods.
I could drive you to him though.
I used to stop at that TA all the time.
Oh, and
when
they
I was
had
in
the
that
best
neck of
liverwurst sandwiches
the woods.
in that little plaza there, not the TA. Oh, you know I love liverwurst. Oh, he's making the best faces, people.
Ugh. You think?
Liverwurst, American cheese, mustard.
Every time you say the word, it's like I want to throw up.
Okay, Braunschweiger, American cheese and mustard. I don't know.
Oh, I got.
I'm dying here.
Oh. I had to wash that out of my mouth. Ah.
Oh my god. That is so funny.
Ay. All right, let's get on to this.
Okay, to CB. So CBs,
Ooh.
they came about in the 1940s. Who knew that? I mean, my dad probably.
Wow, I didn't know they come out then.
I had no clue until I started doing some
Wow.
research. It was like, wow, 1940s. Who knew?
1940s.
Yeah.
Well, I knew they were out for a while, but I didn't like I said, I didn't realize that they were out that long because I grew up with CB radios.
Me too. And my parents had a base station in our house in Devereaux Heights, Illinois, when I was real little.
Yep.
I can remember it was sitting on top of the TV. We had one of those big old console TVs, and I remember it sitting on top of that in the front room.
Okay.
And I can remember because my mom talking to my dad, but then talking to my dad later in his life. I remember him. He was county road commissioner for a while in Sangamon County, Illinois, and the county owed him some money, and that's how they communicated with him. And he kept all their equipment hostage until they paid him back. That was before I was born.
I could see him doing that.
Yeah, that was verified by family members. But anyway, CBs became really incredibly popular in the 60s.
Yeah.
But you'd think, oh, this is, my dad told me that, oh, man, in the 60s, they were really something. We really were getting into them. And poof, then the 70s came along.
Like I said, I grew up in the 70s. So that's how, we had a base CB.
Yeah, like we did.
It's, let's see, when you walked in the front door, that living room area, in the corner by the fireplace.
Okay.
That's where it was.
Yeah.
I remember it.
When we moved, I'd say upstate, up north in Illinois, halfway up the state. What? Yeah, middle of Illinois. We moved north.
What? Oh my God!
And if you were from Chicago, people would say, "Oh, down south."
You done went south. No, I moved.
But when we moved there, we didn't have the base anymore. But our next door neighbor, the Briners, did, and his antenna went way up there.
Yeah, when we
had a lot of truck drivers on the road that we lived on a one-way street. Or a dead end.
I have two base radios. I got a Regency, 23 channel base.
I remember that. You do. I know where that's at.
It had the lollipop on.
I know where. Yeah, I know where that's at. So
I used to be up on. I used to live right there on top of I could look down and see Broadway and 890, Broadway and Crane.
You like to look down on people, is all I heard.
I'm just saying.
You look down on people.
So I was up on the hill.
Looking down on
and
what?
I had an Antron 99 base, and I had that sucker high.
See, we never even thought about. I'd never even thought about researching base stations and new people. This was all about CBs that go in your truck.
Yeah, but this was I put a base antenna way up, and boy, I was hitting from Schenectady. I was talking to people in Saratoga, Clifton Park. They're like, "Where the hell are you?"
Well, my cousin Kevin.
I'm down here in Schenectady. Well, how the hell are you getting me? Lucky.
My cousin Kevin, you met him.
Yep.
Had a huge antenna. You saw it at the house there in Springfield. And he would talk to people like in Indiana and Ohio off his base.
On a cloudy night, you could skip talk.
Yeah, and that's what he loved his base.
And if you don't know what skip talk means, it's as you key up your mic, you say your word, say what you want to say.
And then you wait.
And then you wait, and you hope that your waves on a cloudy night it skips over skips on the clouds, and you get out as far as you can.
And you wait and see where someone answers you from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his pride and joy. I should say is his pride and joy.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him.
I had fun. I used to always have fun talking on the CB radio.
So.
Anyways, sorry.
What made CB so popular?
I know
we went down that rabbit hole really quick.
We went so far out in the right field that it's not.
Okay, so what made CB so popular in the 70s was the movies.
Okay.
White Line Fever.
Okay.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Breaker.
Breaker.
Convoy.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
That's your movie.
Rubber Duck.
Yep.
It's a Rubber Duck. You got a copy on the pig pen?
That song was so popular, man.
I know, right? I should put it like a little
have
snippet
to,
into the audio.
Steel Cowboy, Every Which Way But Loose, Big Trouble in Little China, Kurt Russell, Maximum Overdrive,
yeah.
Black Dog. You remember that one?
Yeah, that's Black Dog was Patrick Swayze.
Yep.
Did you ever see the Black Dog?
I've seen all of these.
No.
Oh.
I mean, in actuality, driving, have you ever saw the Black Dog?
No.
Yeah. I saw it once. But it wasn't, to me, mine wasn't a black dog. Mine was a red Volkswagen Beetle that, drove by me in like slow motion, vapors.
Okay.
And I went, okay, time to get off, take a nap.
Some people call it white line fever, too.
Yeah. Yep.
I think there's a movie called White Line Fever.
Yes, I think so. That was the first one you mentioned.
Was it?
Yeah, White Line Fever.
Yeah. Whee! I'm a natural blonde today.
You did the research. It was right there.
But no, it came to mind when you mentioned that. But Joyride, Ice Road, which makes you think of Ice Road truckers, of course.
Ice
and there's
Road
a lot of
was,
TV shows. I didn't even get onto the whole TV show thing.
Yeah, that Ice Road one, that was, oh my God. What's his name?
I didn't put all the actors in these.
Oh my God. He's the Taken guy.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you don't have a dash cam in your semi and you went and spent all that money on it, do you really think that you and your truck are protected against John Q. Public? We don't. That is why we recommend Rexing USA cameras and equipment. Whatever it is you are looking for, whether it be a dash cam, a body cam, a trail cam, or similar, they probably have it.
Nearly every new vehicle coming out has a dash cam, and there is a reason for it. Litigation. Yes, welcome to America, the land of litigation. So the best thing you can do is to protect what you own with video and pictures.
And their dash cams, boy, let me tell you, their cams do a lot. They have 170-degree ultra-wide angle lenses that will automatically lock in the last video if it feels a vibration from an accident. It has a supercapacitor battery backup that is better than lithium for extreme heat or cold. Add in loop recording, a mobile app, and parking monitoring, and more.
And yes, now you have a really great package for this company of cameras. So come on, check it out at 18wheeltalk.com/dashcam. That's 18wheeltalk.com/dashcam. Liam Neeson.
Yes.
Hi, I see teamwork. Breakdown.
Oh, making my
Over
head
the top.
break.
Do you remember Over the Top? But do you remember BJ and the Bear?
I don't remember BJ and the Bear. I do remember Over the Top. That's Sylvester Stallone.
BJ and the Bear was a movie,
Yeah.
and then it became a TV show for a couple of years.
Okay.
It was kind of cool. You know, I like the TV show.
I don't know. James Bond.
Yeah, James Bond, License to Kill, had a couple big rigs. It even had a driverless big rig because everybody
That's right. He used to
everybody
drive
made
his
a
car, man.
big deal about the fact that it was a driverless rigs, and that'll never happen.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to Arizona, people.
They're coming.
Who was
Oh,
in that?
License to Kill.
I'm trying to
Okay.
think who was in License to Kill. I
Did
can't
James
tell you.
Bond- Was it Sean Connery?
No,
it
this is
wasn't
recent.
Connery. That was Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Bronson, maybe.
I think.
Y'all gonna
License
have to
Kill.
Google it.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Going Southern on us? Y'all. What do you mean,
and then-
y'all?
Excuse me. And Optimus Prime is a big rig.
Well, yeah. But did he have a CB radio in it? Oh, yeah. Well, that's how we communicated. Doy! Oh, my God.
Ding, 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 ding.
With
With
chicken dinner. Oh, I like chicken.
Well, that's just the ones that I could think of without Googling, because I didn't Google. I just was kind of going through my head thinking of movies.
Oh,
But-
okay. Well, no, you know what? Didn't even dawn on me. Hello, Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Well, the reason I thought of it is because when I was starting to do my typing, guess what was playing in the background?
Transformers.
Transformers. Winner, chicken dinner. You're going to eat a lot of chicken.
Transformers.
The
Anyway.
reason the 1940s came up for me was because when I was typing in to see when they came about, a movie came up.
Okay.
And it was called They Drive by Night,
Okay.
a 1940s movie, a truck driving movie that had a CB radio in it.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm like, wow.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. We're gonna have to look that up.
Well, and of course, they're still making movies with truck drivers and CB radios.
Well, yeah.
You know,
You know what?
in all these. Go ahead.
If
My bad.
if you're listening to our show and you still have a CB radio and use it, let us know. Go to 18wheeltalk.com, click the Ask the Show tab, and let us know. Do you still use a CB radio? And let us know what your CB handle is.
Yeah.
Mine was cue ball. Obviously. Duh. What was yours?
Blondie.
Blondie.
It's not what I wanted it to be.
Well, Just so happens to be. Now, when I was a kid in the 70s and we were talking on the base radio, I was the Mean Machine.
I have no clue what.
So,
but
then
I wasn't allowed to touch the base radio. Let's be honest.
And then when
my dad earned his living off of that.
And then when I lost my hair, it turned to cue ball and it kind of stuck.
So you never asked me what I wanted it to be.
What did you want it to be?
Well, I kept calling myself the Wicked Bitch of the West.
It didn't stick.
Nope.
I think I might have talked to you once or twice on the CB radio.
Probably. I mean, we were in the same area. We fueled at the same places.
Oh, this is the Wicked Bitch of the West. No way. Stop it.
Yeah. Nobody believed I was that mean.
You're not.
And then they'd see the waist-length blonde hair and go, "Hey, Blondie, how's it going?"
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Fine.
Hey, when I used to be over the road, that brings up his story time. Ding!
Story time! You forgot the bell.
I know, right?
You're the bell tonight.
When I used to be over the road, I had a driver call me on the CB radio and said, "Yo, driver, slow down. I'll show you my Hooters." I'm like, okay. Whatever.
Spoken like a true male driver.
I'm like, okay. I'm going to see me some boobies. Anyways, she drove by. She's driving by. She reached down and grabbed 2 wooden owls and held them up.
Hooters. She never said boobies.
Right. I said, wow, them some mighty fine Hooters. And then I would radio to the trucker ahead of me. Oh, you got to check out these Hooters.
Okay.
So that went down the line for about 10 miles.
Of course it did.
It was fun.
The fun of a CB.
Except fun of being over the road and having a CB radio.
So, but back to those movies. The one thing you see in all of those movies was a common denominator.
Which is?
Truck driver on a CB.
Breaker
Doesn't matter if it was a good guy, a good woman, a bad guy, a bad woman, because they had men and women both driving the trucks. Some of them were bad, some of them were good.
Yep.
It was a truck driver with a CB.
What was that? That Burt Reynolds and Lonnie Anderson, the race car one. Didn't they have a big rig? What was it?
I hear Tweety birds in my head. Literally chirping.
It was a Stroker Ace or something like that.
I know he had one called Stroker Ace.
Yeah, wasn't that where he was a race car driver?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they had a big rig in that.
If there's race cars in a movie, there's always a big rig
usually. It just popped into my head. I was like, ooh, I remember that.
You say Burt Reynolds and big rigs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Usually, to me, it's Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, but that's like if you say Clint Eastwood and Monkeys, what comes to mind? Every which way but loose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right turn, Clyde.
Yes. I have a friend who nicknamed Clyde.
Yeah, it's like anytime I hear trucks and CB radios, it's the snowman talking to Fred.
Yeah.
What do you think, Fred? Shall we do it, Fred?
Come on, Fred.
Fred was the dog that was sitting in the shotgun seat.
I know. Basset hound.
The bastard hound.
And I had a watch your mouth. And I had a girlfriend who had 3 basset hounds in her truck with her.
I
my
know.
Lord.
Damn. Anyways, I didn't mean to.
That was Jerry Reed.
Yes.
Reed that had that basset hound. He had problems putting one up in there.
Yeah.
Imagine my little girlfriend Bonnie with 3 of them in there.
One at a time.
But still.
I know, right?
Okay, so.
Anyways, I apologize for. All right, story time over. Ding.
Okay, they talk about how movies imitate life or life imitates movies and vice versa.
Yep.
But I disagree. Movies and life kind of walk hand in hand, you know?
Yeah.
What happens in one happens in the other. Doesn't seem to matter. Doesn't seem to matter which happens first, but it seems like if you see it in the movies, it comes true. Think about all the stuff we saw in Star Trek growing up.
Yeah.
Walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
They came true.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for that zapper machine that takes me from here to there really quick.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
The beamer thingy.
Yeah, the beamy thing.
What's it called?
I don't know.
That thing.
The teleporter.
Yeah, that. The teleport machine.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
Oh, she dissolved and melted in a puddle on the floor. Oops.
Whoops, wrong button.
See, anyway, but if it happens in the movies, it happens in real life, and CBs and truckers and CBs. So, anyway, back to CB or not to CB. That is the real question here, isn't it?
Yes.
Easily said, but hard for some to believe or not. But yeah, it's still very true. There's a multitude of reasons why truckers are still using CBs.
Okay. All right, so let's go over these multitude of questions. Let's figure out why drivers are still using CBs.
Okay.
Let's do it. Figure it out.
So, amateur radio, two-way radio, CB radios.
All right, which is also known as Citizens Band.
Most people don't even know what CB stands for.
It stands for Citizens Band Radio. CB.
Or as I call them, radios.
Yeah.
Radio. You know how all these states have, since around, 2006 or something, been doing all these hands-free laws?
Yeah.
They're exempt.
Oh, what?
Yeah. CB radios are exempt from the hands-free laws.
Okay, why?
Because it's automatically hands-free because you don't have to dial, push, or look at it. All you do is grab. You can be driving down
you grab the microphone and
push
while
with one button.
Watching what you're doing.
You never have to take your eyes off the road. It's usually hanging up here.
Never thought of
you just grab it, pull it down, and you're talking without ever looking at it.
Yeah, because most drivers got it on a retractable
mine
leash.
was too.
I call it the retractable leash.
Yeah, it was until it broke.
Get back up there. Oh yeah,
the leash broke.
Yeah, then it just hangs there and.
Oh no! It
drape it over your steering wheel.
Yeah, it just. Whoosh, yeah.
Boing, boing.
Yeah, sat in my lap.
Yeah, exactly. I wrapped
till
mine
the next stop.
I just drew mine over the steering wheel.
Nah, I just left it.
Yeah.
It was
or you
fine.
drew it up on the dashboard.
But anyway,
anywho,
they're right there. They hang. You don't have to
grab
look. You just
I never
grab
thought
it.
of that.
It's hands free, automatically, and it's exempt from state laws.
It's like, yes, it is hands free. No, it isn't hands free because you actually got to use your hand to grab it. But you don't
have
take
to
your
take
eyes off the road.
I looked under the Federal
Show me beer.
Motor Carrier Safety Association. I looked, and I remembered it and said it right.
Wow,
I looked it up.
Oh my God.
To make sure that it was. And I looked under a bunch of different states just randomly to see what their individual laws said. And all of them said the same thing. No matter what state I looked at, they all said the same thing. And all of them quoted back to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association.
Well.
So, the law doesn't define their transmissions as electronic messages.
Okay.
Users are still required to operate them safely.
Okay.
You know, you can't be like driving down and saying, "Oh, I'm on channel 19. Hey, driver,
reach up there and
hey, driver, go to channel 5 and let's have a private conversation and do this."
I usually say 21 and then they go,
you know
click,
what
click.
I mean. You pay attention if someone says, "Hey, let's go to 21." You just click.
Yeah. Because you can hear it.
Yeah, you hear it click. You don't have to worry about it.
You know which way to turn the dial. And most CB radios got a channel 9, which is dedicated for the po-po.
Yep.
So that's usually just a flip of a switch.
And yes, but the key is if the local police listen to it.
Right.
State police listen better than local.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
some people might not have known. Might not have known that there is a quick switch that switches the CB automatically to channel 9, which
is emergency.
Should be monitored by some sort of emergency type of.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
So, you say you like tools. Now, are we talking about normal people like them or Tim the Toolman Taylor like them? Because if you're like the two of us, it is definitely in the Tim the Toolman Taylor's range. I have never been bored when shopping for tools.
So, here's what you do. Head on over to 18wheeltalk.com/jbtools. It will take you to their site, which will normally give you a discount, a chance in a giveaway, join the rewards club, or something really great like that.
Then start browsing to your heart's delight. Whether you're looking for power tools, hand tools, 25-ton jack stands, or gardening tools, they have got you covered.
So take a few minutes to follow the link, 18wheeltalk.com/jbtools, and jewel over a few tools while you're there.
So what are some of the other good things about a CB radio that you like?
Oh, I don't know.
I can tell you one of my favorites.
All right, you tell me one of your favorites.
When I was doing loads from Montreal to L.A.,
okay,
I would come. It seemed I was always coming through Oklahoma City and they had tons and tons of road construction, one lane
Okay.
that went ziggy-zaggy, and you never knew what to expect and what was ahead.
Yep.
And all you had to do was just listen to the CB. They'd tell you traffic stopped at this mile marker, and you just listened.
Right.
You didn't have to touch your CB.
Well, even if you were if all of a sudden you start seeing, all right, what's going on with the brake check?
Yeah.
You know, somebody
And
up the road would say, "Hey, we got some idiot that decided to flip its car, flip it on the shiny side."
Yeah. You'd hear brake check, mile
Yep.
marker.
Yep.
But for the most part, with construction, someone would be saying, okay, the stop you're seeing in front of you is at mile marker, whatever. There's a road construction or
Yep.
an accident or a cop. And
Yep.
I know everybody says po-po, but they didn't say that back then.
5-0.
5-0, Smokey.
Smokey Bear. You got a bear in the woods.
Bear in the woods, black bear in the woods,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
You got a bear in the woods. They're running radar.
Mm-hmm.
They would say stuff like that.
But you'd get snow
now,
and ice.
Now my lingo is coming back.
Snow and ice.
10-4, good buddy.
Road closures. The gates up north, like where I've lived, the gates go across the highways.
Okay.
I know they don't have that out east.
Uh-huh.
Or down here in Arizona. But
Only where it really, really, really snows.
Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming.
New Mexico
etc.
actually has them.
Yeah, they do. And what that is
remember I saw those. I go, what? I've never seen those before.
But what it is when the roads are so bad,
They closed it
they
off.
close the gate, and then a cop goes down the road and makes sure he clears the road of anyone that's on it at the next exit to make sure that everyone's off it and clears it, and they close the gates. So there's a cattle gate all the way across.
Yeah.
You can't get on.
You ain't
have
getting
to
on
get
here.
off. Yeah.
No wrong turn at Albuquerque today. Sorry.
So they'll tell you gates are closed at, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or gates are closed at, Laramie or wherever.
Right. No, that's always good to know.
They're going to tell you when Mother Nature's being Mother Nature.
Right.
Whether it's tornadoes, hurricanes, ice, snow, rain.
Yep.
Whatever.
A lot of shippers use CB radios. Still.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh, in their yards, absolutely.
If you're if you're waiting to be loaded and you're in their yard, they'll call you on the city. They'll tell you put your CB on a specific channel.
Yep.
And they'll call you when you're ready, tell you what door to back it in.
And if you don't have a CB, I have seen the shippers look at you like,
What do you mean?
what do you mean you don't have a CB?
How do you not have a CB?
Yeah, I went into one yard one time and I was switching out my CB, some wiring on it. And I told him, switching out some wiring on my CB. Any chance you can call me on the phone?
Yeah, right.
Well, they were nice when I told them, I said, there's something in my wiring going, kind of funky. And they're like, okay, that's fine. At least you told us. So, but you get your dock information, you get your load information. Hey, truck, blah, 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 trucking company, dock number 17 or
they'll call your name.
Yeah, sometimes they will. It just depends on where you're at. How big. If you're going into someplace with 300 docks, they're not calling your name.
Yeah,
they're giving company number and a dock number.
Yeah, they want your truck number and name.
Yeah, that's it.
Trucking company that you're driving for, your truck number.
Yep.
And then they call you, and then they tell you truck.
Back it in too.
Yeah, back it into door 450.
Yeah.
But we only go up to 300, so you got to find it.
Good luck with that, driver.
Don't back into the dumpster.
Have you been into any of the truck stops that have paid parking, where you have to pay for parking?
No.
Okay, see, I have, and parking's slim when the weather's bad. You get in with that oversized load, and they're trying to get you to back into a spot that's like this big, tiny, and you're like, I can't fit in there. My load's too big. I'm oversized. I got 3 axles. It's not going to fit in there.
Listen, buddy, I got a sign on the front of this that says wide load.
Yeah,
means I need 2 spots.
Yeah, I've got a tri-axle. It's not going to fit in that tiny little spot.
Yeah.
Have you seen my trailer?
Hello.
But people will get on the CB and say, hey, you're not going to fit in there. You might want to try someplace else.
Right.
Try a different spot. And then you'll have to radio the guard shack and say, okay, the spot that you assigned me is too small for my truck, or the other drivers don't know how to park. I don't know what the deal is, but send someone out to find me a different spot because the one I'm assigned isn't going to work.
Right.
You know, and again, you can't do that on the phone because the guard's not going to give you his phone number.
Right.
Well, most of the time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes they do.
Well, if you got blonde hair and boobs.
Yeah. We're not, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Helps keep you alert, too, sometimes when you need to.
Yeah. I've talked for miles and miles and miles.
Yeah, you get running with somebody and...
Just happen to be heading in the same direction.
You just get chit-chatting and it's...
Where are you from, driver?
Yeah.
Where you headed? Hey, I'm heading in the same direction. Hey, you'll talk a little bit, listen to the radio, whatever music you're listening to, talk. Hey, you still out there? What's going on? You staying awake out there? Checking on you. And I'm going to pull off here and get me some fuel and shut-eye.
Yeah, or hey, I'm just stopping for coffee and go to the bathroom and let my dog out and...
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, or they say, hey, you know what? My dog needs to go too.
I might as well roll on in too. What the hell?
You're keeping me awake. I appreciate it,
Yes. Oh,
Am I keeping you awake, Patrick?
Yes, you are. I had to stretch.
So, CBs obviously are not required, never have been by law. And
to me, it's a nice accessory to have in a pinch.
Yeah,
That's
but companies aren't going to give you one either.
No. And they're not, they're pretty inexpensive.
Make your decision on what you want to buy.
Yeah.
If you're new to driving and you think you want one or you decide you want one, if you don't know what to buy,
start out small.
Ask someone's advice that's there with you. Ask an older driver. Ask someone that's got a nice CB and, hey, I see you got some real nice CB antennas. Do you know anything about CBs? Or go to a CB shop.
Yeah.
Because if there's a truck stop here and there's a lot of businesses around, chances are there's a CB shop somewhere nearby.
Somewhere.
Just like there's a Chrome shop somewhere nearby.
Yep.
So, like you had said, Channel 19 is most used, and Channel 9 is for emergencies. Some places are religious about monitoring it. Some places aren't.
Yep. Channel 19 is the trucker channel.
Mm-hmm. Except in Canada.
Well.
No, I'm just saying, in Canada, I don't remember. I used to
Isn't it 21 in Canada?
I was thinking it was like 15.
Or maybe it's like 3.
No, I was thinking it was like 15 or something. But anyway, I can't remember. Sorry, Canadian drivers.
Hey, if anybody from up north, if you guys are listening, email us at the show. Click the ask the show button and let us know what is your trucker channel.
Yep.
Because we're more than just Canada. We're in Mexico. We're in Australia. We're in Asia. Let us know. Email the show. Let us know.
In Europe, we're in Japan.
We be all over. Come on.
You'd be surprised where we listen to it.
Go to 18wheeltalk.com. Top of the page right there, there's an Ask the Show tab. If you're on a cell phone, you click those 3 little bars, and it'll show up. It'll say Ask the Show, and a box will pull up.
You click it and ask it.
And type in your message to us. Let us know.
That's an old-fashioned typewriter.
I was going to say, ding.
Oh, wait, I got to get that white out. I made a mistake.
Whoopsie.
So,
whoopsie doodles.
In all the research, I found some really cool comments on surveys.
Okay.
Because you run across surveys, and I'm the research queen. I love research and stuff. So, I think my favorite, my dad probably could have, wrote this one. And it was, I run oversized with escorts because he did that a lot.
Okay.
So he has to have one. That's what this driver's saying. And when I'm empty, I still run it just in case. I also run a VHF radio, and I communicate with my steer using that. Much less interference, longer range, and more oversized drivers and escorts are beginning to use that.
Okay.
So.
Oh, a VHF radio.
Yeah.
Not a CB radio.
Yeah, you're seeing that on oversized.
I got you.
Because you're not getting
that's a VHF walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we were talking about, the
Nextel.
The Nextel, yeah. It's like those are kind of like a walkie-talkie. But yeah. We've got a set of walkie-talkies, or I've got a handheld CB radio.
Yeah.
I forgot all about
you got
that.
one, and I know I got one somewhere.
Yeah, I probably know where mine is if I thought about it. But the others that use them are what? Besides oversize.
Gravel trucks.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that because of road conditions and wrecks and stuff.
Yep.
So that depends on the type of truck. You know, gravel trucks, oil field.
Yeah, oil field, dump trucks,
Yep.
scrap haulers. They got to communicate with the loader.
Yep, and scale houses.
Yep.
Yeah, scale house. If you're scaling a truck, not all scale houses have a squawk box, an
Right.
intercom.
Yeah.
A lot of times,
you're right. Squawk box.
squawk box.
But it's called an intercom.
Yeah,
Or the intercom will be down,
yeah, and they'll say, "Get you
Yeah.
on CB."
and they'll usually put a note on there. You know, we're on channel blah
whatever,
blah blah.
yeah.
But if you don't have a CB, you're SO freaking
Yeah,
L.
you got hopefully someone on your passenger seat, jump seat, running in.
Hey, why don't you run in there?
Run in there, and I'll call you on the phone.
Yeah, call on the phone. Then you're running illegal because now you're not on hands free.
Yeah, and this person put, I use it when traffic stops or I'm at a shipper. Get tired of road rage and weird stuff all over the CB, though.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Driver, if you haven't tried any of Mother Trucker Yoga's products, have we got news for you. The news is you are missing out on some great products that really do work. So, you're probably sore from a long day and just don't know where to even start looking, right?
Well, driver, stop right there. You don't have to wonder anymore. These products were all designed with the professional truck driver in mind. And the Stiff Mother Trucker Pain Relief Cream is 100% natural. As in, all the junk that you don't need on your body is not in it. It is paraben-free, gluten-free, sulfate-free, and artificial dye-free.
Probably made right here in the USA. Road tested, trucker approved.
It relieves sore muscles, soothes pain and inflammation from bee stings and insect bites. It calms that back pain from driving those long, hard roads, helps alleviate foot pain, helps reduce wrist pain, elbow pain, and stiffness in the neck and shoulders from poor sleep or overuse.
In other words, if your body is feeling bruised and bumped up from that ever-intensive truck driver life, then Stiff Mother Trucker Pain Relief Cream is the answer to what you are asking. Just ask the crew at A&E Shipping Wars. They will let you know.
So go to 18wheeltalk.com/resources and look for Mother Trucker Yoga to find this and many more great products.
Yeah. I was in, where was I? Story time. Ding.
Wow, that was quick.
Where was I?
I don't know. Where are you?
I was in Indiana.
Okay.
Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
And
Won't you
I
say it
was
once again?
at, I want to say the TA.
Okay.
Right there in
The
Gary.
TA right there in Gary.
So I had a blowout and had to get a tire changed.
Okay.
And I had to turn the CB radio off because it was just, I was like, you got it. I mean, just everything that was coming over the radio. I was like, really? Oh my God. I turned it off. I went in and I was in line, so I didn't need my CB radio to find out when it was my turn.
Mm-hmm.
The guy said, just leave your truck. He says, well, where are you going to be? I said, I'm going to be in eating. I said, all right, well, we'll come get you when we need you to move your truck. So I went in and sat down and ate. As soon as my food showed up, the waitress goes,
Your truck's ready.
I want you to go move your truck. I said, all right, don't move my food. I'll be right back.
Did they put a lid on it?
Yeah, they kept it warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, okay, end of story. Ding.
Story time, ding.
Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to say it. That's all.
Oh. Oh,
No,
okay.
actually, you're talking about vulgar stuff that comes across the CB. Believe me, female drivers, it's not so bad now. They think it is.
Yeah.
Go back a few years.
Yeah.
It used to be a female driver couldn't walk across a parking lot at a truck stop
Uh-huh.
or sit at a driver area without being someone trying to kick them out because they thought they were a lot lizard.
Yep.
And I got a lot of free meals. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Because of that.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, end of
Hey,
story.
You want to tell people what a definition of a lot lizard is, in case they're not acquainted with it.
Same thing as a buffalo, only the opposite sex. Ba-da-bum. Okay, fine. A lot lizard's a hooker.
A hooker.
And a buffalo is a male hooker.
Professional. They're
prostitute.
They're a professional sex person.
A professional sex provider that does it for money.
Yep.
Is a lot lizard. They run around truck stops.
Yeah. Go from one truck to another.
Mm-hmm.
Knock, knock, knock.
Do you want your chrome polish?
Let me polish your chrome there,
and
driver.
they don't care if you're a man or a woman.
Yes.
And the buffalo are the same way. They don't care if you're a man or a woman.
All right, and the buffalo is a male version.
A male lot lizard.
A male lot lizard.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
So I used to, when I would park, I learned really quick to put. I had a sign that I made, nice little magic marker and everything, and all pretty.
They don't listen.
And I put it in the sleeve, and I put it in both windows, and it said, "No lot lizards, no buffalo allowed. Killer dog on board."
Oh, see, I should have done that.
Well,
Killer dog
she had the bark of one.
Yeah.
She did. So okay.
Yeah, she did. Anyways.
So yeah, but
end of story. Ding.
Okay. So yeah, if there's a road hazard, obviously crashes. Someone said that they were irritated. They don't like CBs because their trainer had it on all the time. Okay, but way back when, you had to have your CB on all the time because there weren't portable. There weren't cell phones.
Yeah, there wasn't cell phone. There wasn't any other means to communicate.
I remember my dad getting his first cell phone that he had with him in the truck, and it was like carrying a suitcase, and it cost, I don't know, what to me at the time seemed like $1 million because I was a kid. He didn't use it that much. He used it for emergencies.
Right.
We had a big snowstorm in 78.
Is this a story time?
No, I just wanted to point out a thing about CBs.
Yeah, okay.
And luckily through CBs, he was able to communicate.
Right.
To, hey, I'm stuck on the road. Please, someone, when you get to a phone.
Help. Sorry.
No, not my dad.
I'm kidding. Hey.
Just get word to my wife.
Call my wife and let her know I'm alive.
Yeah, number's on the rig.
Yeah.
Call my wife and let her know I'm good. But now it's the younger the driver, the less likely they are to have a CB because they think they're okay to use their phone.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
What if the towers go out?
Not just that. They tend to use headsets like we have on similar big headsets.
Right.
Where if this headset you can't put you'd have to see the video for what we have on our heads.
Yeah.
You can't put one on without putting both on.
Right.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Whether it's a cell phone.
Well, they make those ones that have the
half
one ear
ones, yes.
with the microphone that comes
That's
down.
fine. You can wear those.
Yeah.
But if you have earbuds, even the wired or the singles,
yeah,
you can't have both of those in.
Yeah.
And be legal.
Right.
Cop sees you with that in, he'll give you a ticket because that's against the law. You have to have one ear open.
Yeah.
But like my niece when she drove, she didn't have a CB. And I asked her, I said, well, how do you know when there's an accident ahead? Oh, when I get to it. Okay. Duly noted. And she had asked me, well, how did you know when you get to an accident? I said, I managed to avoid them because when I heard there was an accident ahead, if it was really bad, I'd detour around it.
Right.
Well,
how'd you know the detour? Well,
I was on the CB listening.
I heard it on the CB radio, and I knew what exit to get off.
So
I was watching the mile markers.
And like you said, truckers had handles, and you'd get to know people that you ran into all the time based on their handles. And then you'd see them in the truck stop, and you'd go, that's you?
Oh, my God, you ugly mother.
Or, wow, somehow you failed to mention that you were like 4'9".
How do you reach them pedals?
That's right.
What, you got blocks on your feet?
Or on the pedals? Extend a pedal?
Yeah, right.
And I'm nothing against short people, but it's like I met a driver one time, and his handle was like...
I used to pick on Kubit. I used to tell him, hey, he said something about he couldn't reach the pedals. I said, you want me to get out the wood blocks for you?
Well, one driver...
Well, he always sat in the seat. I'm like, dude, you're not but maybe 5 pounds heavier than me. And why do you got that seat jacked to the rafters?
So he could see over the steering wheel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said.
How'd he reach the pedals?
Tippy toes.
Okay, because one driver that I knew that owned his own truck, I just kept running across him till finally I just asked him, "You're like 5 foot maybe?
Yeah.
How do you reach the pedals with your seat jacked way up there? Because I know your seat's jacked up to see over the steering wheel and dash."
Uh-huh.
And he had his truck customized.
Oh, he the adjustable pedals?
He had the pedals adjusted up. He had like custom pedals made to reach his feet.
Nice.
That never occurred to me. So anyway, truckers, like we were talking about, your CB handle, but like Big Stetson was the guy's CB handle is where I was going. So I'm expecting some guy that's, 6'10" and 400 pounds and 5 foot nothing and 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Comes out. Anyway.
I one of the guys that I used to work for the same company, we used to always meet up because we were always getting a load out of, and his name was Tiny.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a 400-pound.
Aren't all Tinies big guys?
Yeah. Yep.
I thought so.
He was a big boy. He was a brick shithouse. He wasn't tiny. He was a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
Just saying.
This is true. So
I'm just saying.
So
okay, ding, end of story.
all that was really left was some of the stats.
Go ahead. Hit it.
And I went across a couple different places and compared and averaged them out for this.
Okay.
So I'll give you the stats first, and then I'll tell you what doesn't make sense.
Okay. Hit it.
32% of respondents said they still use a CB.
Okay.
30 all the time while driving. Okay.
Okay.
32% said they rarely use them.
Okay.
17% said they never use them. 32 plus 32 is 64.
Okay.
64 plus 17?
That's too much math.
It's not 100.
Yeah, I get that.
They never, all these, none of them ever added up anywhere near 100.
What?
Yeah.
Then the percentages are off.
The closest it came was 91. I'm like,
my God. Where's the other 9%?
I don't know, because there was some of these stats that came up to like 71%.
That's
I'm like, where's
unacceptable.
Where's the other 29% of the people?
Who are you asking?
Who are you asking that the other 29%?
What is this, the Family Feud?
29% of your people didn't. I never thought of that.
Is this the Family Feud, really?
Celebrity Family Feud.
We asked 100 people.
And the top 10 answers are on the board.
Yeah, it's like, what
and
the
7
hell?
of them didn't answer.
Yeah, right? It's like, what the?
So, yeah, it's like
Anywho.
32. How is it that 32 and 17? It's not.
But it's like 32 rarely used it. 17 said they never use it.
Well,
It's just collecting dust.
Well, like, Dawn didn't even have one. I'm guessing that.
You could say her name.
Yeah, my niece Dawn was a truck.
You've said that
she was
before.
a truck driver.
Uh-huh.
Never had a CB. Her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, and she went.
Well, she only drove.
But she still
regional.
she went into Cali though, and you would want to know, hey, why is traffic so slow and
California,
bumper to bumper and 9 lanes wide and
between Arizona and California?
Yeah.
Oh, the bridge collapsed. No big deal. The road's gonna be closed for 4 days.
That's
anyway. I know I made a face.
I feel so bad for Philly. That I-95 artery.
I feel so bad for the family of the driver. They still don't know what happened.
I hear they're actually doing
a reroute.
No. Oh God. They're gonna have cameras set up so you can actually watch the rebuild of the bridge. Virtual.
Yeah, I'd like to know why the tanker exploded. I'm a former tanker driver.
Yeah,
and I went under a lot of bridges.
All right, so they're saying the tanker exploded prior to the bridge. That's why the bridge fell.
That's why the bridge fell.
See, I thought the bridge fell and then the tanker exploded.
Nope, the tanker exploded, causing the bridge to fall. Is what I've heard on the news.
Ooh, now that makes a big story there.
And the driver was not any hint of terrorism or anything. Just like a normal. Just
a normal guy driving.
Normal guy driving, doing his job.
Wow.
Yep.
Got to be it might have been a malfunction in the tanker.
That's what I was about to say. Something probably malfunctioned.
And then boom. Boom, zoom to the moon. I hope his name wasn't Alice.
To the moon, Alice, I know. So anyway.
Well, at least you made it to the bridge.
So I started to say is my niece never had a CB in her truck.
Okay.
And I don't think her ex-boyfriend has one in his, and he's over the road. But I don't know, like, if he's a regional.
I thought he went coast to coast.
I don't know.
Oh.
I never got that verified. I just know that he drives.
Okay. Well, if he doesn't at least have one in there to communicate with the guard shacks and stuff like that, well, that's, you know what?
I don't know how they do it without a CB.
I don't know either.
But if you know, please write to us and let us know.
Yeah, ask the show. Go to the Ask the Show tab at 18wheeltalk.com. That's the number 1, the number 8, wheeltalk.com. And click that Ask the Show tab.
Yeah.
That's one way to communicate with us.
Yeah, I'm real curious about that one. Like, how do you do it without a CB?
Yeah. And like I said, let us know your CB handle. And do you still talk on a CB radio? Because I know that if we were still driving, I would still have a CB radio.
Yeah, me too.
You know, you can squelch the noise out.
This is true.
I've always had mine set so that way I barely heard it unless somebody near me was talking.
Yep.
And if they were fading out, then I'd turn the squelch down. So
the only time I turned mine down was when, for long distance, was like if I knew my dad and I were headed towards each other.
Yep.
And like meeting for the weekend or for lunch or something, and then I'd get as far as range as I could and keep listening for his voice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Anyway, that's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle.
That's the whole kit and caboodle. To CB or not to CB?
That was the question.
That was the question. I hope this was fun. I had fun talking about this.
Yeah, it's like...
Brought back some memories.
And so, the movies that have...
I know, and I want to check out some of these.
I haven't seen movies.
There's a couple of them that I know I've seen before. I just don't remember them. The title sounds familiar, but I'll have to like look and go, oh, yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah,
I have probably saw almost all of these movies.
Well, those were all out of my head.
That you plucked. Over the Top's one of my favorites. Convoy, Black Dog.
Yeah.
Every Which Way But Loose, Big Trouble Little China.
Now, I forget which one is, and I think I have it in here, Sylvester Stallone, where he's got his kid and he's going to the arm wrestling match.
That's Over the Top.
That is Over the Top. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, I liked that movie because it kind of had dual stories.
Right. It had a story within a story.
Yep.
So, anyways, we hope you enjoyed the show.
Thank you.
You know, any final words?
Hasta la pasta. Have a great day.
Oh, I like pasta.
And you like it when I say hasta la pasta. Hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Sayonara.
Anyways, keep your rubber side down.
Ciao. Oh, sorry, my bad. And your shiny side up.
We'll catch you on the flip side, okay? Okay, over, out. 10-4, good buddy.
Bye.
Okay, bye. 18 Wheel Talk. Thank you for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. Be sure to stop by 18wheeltalk.com and check out all the affiliates mentioned in the program today. Remember, we're here coaching generations of drivers while guiding them on their path to success. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Spark the revolution.
So tell me, do you have one of those change buckets in your vehicle for fancy cafes?
Yeah.
And are you looking for a way to help support the show and just don't know how?
Well, we have great news for you. It is super easy, and you can do it for as little as $3 a month. Yes, that's right, $3 a month. That means for the cost of a cup of coffee, you could support the show for a month. And if you order one of those foo-foo frappy thingamabobs with all those flavors and whipped cream and sprinkles on top, you could support the show for about 6 months.
Isn't that amazing? Saving you calories from that frappy thingamabob with all those flavors and whipped cream and sprinkled things on top, and help out the show. What's not to like about that?
So to do so, just go to 18wheeltalk.com/support, and you will see just how easy it is to support the show. And don't forget to pick out your fan emoji while you're there. That's 18wheeltalk.com/support.